Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today I'm going to give you something else to look at. You're probably so tired of Poe. All right, so this is a little break. I've got this Savannah pad, and I know I showed it to you before, but we'll go through it again because it's just so gorgeous. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get anything off of this front cover, though I wish I could, but I think I'm going to be using all of these words inside. See all the little phrases that you have? Now, I know this is, I usually don't like to cut these things because they're so gorgeous, but I have looked through every one of these, and I think I can cut these off at 9 inches tall and make it a 6-inch, side, where I can bend it in half at 12. And so, yeah. So I'm going to be doing it that way. Now here's the elephant. And thankfully they put something down below on each one of these. So you had the option of cutting it and not losing any of the gorgeous animals. Now I love these trees. And I think they're on the lower side as well. See, that is about exactly the same on both sides. So I can get that on the back side, which is perfect. All right, and then we have on the back side the elephants, and they're the same. It's on the same top portion. I think they must have thought this out for me. Now this one is the only page I can't do any of that with. This is going to be, I don't know. It's too big. It's more than 9 inches. Where is that at? Okay, so it's 9 1/4. If I cut off that black line, it's it's 9. It's still 9, about 9 1/4. It's not too much bigger, so I think I can cut this row and then this row and get away with it. Maybe I can make it the middle piece or something. And then of course I got the zebra print on the back all over. We have the gorgeous rhino, and I think I can cut him off just a little shy. I've got a little bit at the top. How did I figure I was going to do that? Yeah, I was going to cut at this line that's right here, and then I'm going to be able to cut right under his feet and under the word rhinoceros and be able to get him all there. Now, I may even cut him a little bigger. If I have to, some of these I can cut a little bigger because of the zebra. He brought in that element. Now, over here, I have another pretty skyline and view. And then you get into the pieces that are like the cards. You have the cards here, and then you have this that almost reminds me of Noah's Ark. This would be a perfect Noah's Ark, but it's all babies. It's the mama and the babies. Now you have this really, intricate background here that could have been cut anywhere. So we're good there. We have the giraffe, which I think I can cut off right there and still get him on a different piece, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, if I cut it at the very bottom, I'll have him and the stamp and these little pieces to maybe put elsewhere for decoration if need be, because this is so detailed you don't need it. Now you have this as an overall, the giraffe print, and then you have tags, and they have all the animals on them too. And then you got another intricate background, and you have Miss Cheetah, and that one's really skinny, so I can cut down into here to get my 9 inches. And then you have another background that won't hurt nothing. And then you have the circles. And then we have cut-aparts. Fussy cuts. So they can be put on tags or anything else that you might choose. And I don't know what the deal is with the circles, though. Because I see them over here as well. So we will get to cutting this apart, or ripping it apart and cutting it. Now, I picked for the cover this. It was just an old file folder. Now, I thought I was going to be using these in the Poe journals, and I never did. So, I've got at least 2 to use for something. So I'm going to end up leaving it on the fold where it is. I may strengthen it with some washi tape. And then I'm going to cut it down after I see how big it needs to be. Now, I probably need to pick somebody to put on the front. Somebody. And I had thought, you know, the zebra. Since the zebra was so odd in shape, you know. But he's going to be too wide. He's too wide. It'll probably end up being one of these journal cards. Okay, these. So one of these would be perfect because they're only, you know, they're the 6 inches. So one of these would be perfect for the front. I'm trying to figure out which one. My Aunt Red loved elephants. I've always loved zebras because it's a horse, you know. But I also love cats. So it's a hard one for me. I probably would do the cats. The giraffes is really pretty too. But then I have to figure out what to put as a background. So that's another thing. But I'm going to have so many pieces, you know, in here left that could be added to. Alright, so let's go ahead. This one, I'm going to pull off the ones that are going to be needing to be cut. That one, well, needed to be cut because they're going to be for decoration. Now, I don't know what to do about extra papers. I'm going to need extra pages in here because if I want pockets, I'm not going to want to cover any of these beauties. Now, this is one of my pull apart or my cut aparts. This one will be here. This one will be here. So I guess I need to get down there and dig into my papers. I thought I had already pulled some stuff, but I don't know where it's at. Okay, so, alright. And then these are the... I probably won't be getting it all together at this point. I'll probably get the construction put together. And then, after that, I may have to do it off screen and just show you a flip through. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, we have that. So how many, I've got me an extra up there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So I need at least 6 if I want something to go in between. I did find papers. I knew I'd pulled some. So these are just regular, I guess, scrapbook paper. They're like the 2-sided, so I don't have to worry about covering the back side. And I picked them out to be the colors that would be in this. Like there's a pretty tan color. Here's sort of an orangey color. And then we have this kind of a yellowy color. So I only have 5. I probably need 1 more. Alright, I found this yellow one. It's a little shorter than I need it to be, but it will be fine. It's not much different than that one, is it? Okay, so that'll work. I just got to get in here and start cutting everybody down. Now I'll go ahead and spread this out. And we'll get the cutting. And trying to figure out where to go. So I have my lions, which will probably be right at 9, right? Yeah. So we'll cut them right there. There we go. And all they have to be is scored in the center. They are ready to go. I don't know who I'm going to have where, though. I think that was the one I chose to put on the front. So maybe we'll have... be like this. As a front. Then again, I don't have to use that on the front. Oh well. Alright. I'm going to go through each one of these. I'm going to save my extra pieces. I don't know what those will be used for, but I will probably cut that there. And I'm still showing a little bit of his neck, aren't I? Okay. There. That was the perfect place to cut that. And then I have that where I can cut out these pieces and put somewhere. And I got that gorgeous back that make a pretty pocket. Alright, well, I will be back as soon as I get all these little guys cut. Okay, maybe this won't take so long. Anyhow, these are all the little strips that got cut off and I have left over. And then I don't think they thought this out too well on the positioning of their animals, because when I went in half, I've got the line coming right down through there, right through the baby's eye. So one page is only going to have the trunks on it. I mean, and the other is going to have like the elephant head, and that's it. Wow. So that one wasn't very well thought out. This one wasn't really either. I did have to cut a little bit of the top off, and then that bottom strip. And then the rhinoceros, I'm only going to have the head on one page. I will have the complete thing here, though. And like the zebra, some of the words were going to be cut in half. Like the T on elephant was going to be on one page. But, you know, and then the elephant's cut in half here. It's just, yeah. I wasn't so happy. And the GI is going to be cut off down here. And then animal stories. So, you know, I guess it is what it is. What's this one? At least this one's all in one piece. Okay. So let's figure out what we want where. The way I scored them, they're all scored on the front piece with the main animal. So I guess I'll just put them in here like that. This one, the wilderness, maybe I'll go with this one for my first one. And as you can see, I have a rough cut, but I don't think it's going to matter. From that, I need a new blade. So we got that, and then we're going to figure out what color goes the best with the inside here. And I've got my papers right over here. Let's fan them out so we got a good visual here. And then we got the yellow one. So this color goes best with, I'm thinking it's light brown. So we're going to do that, the light brown. Now these pages will be for the journaling or for the pockets and journal cards. All those strips that I cut off, they will be pockets. So we have this, and then what other color goes the best with this brown? That kind of goes good with it. And then that's black. Blue. Ooh. That kind of has a, that might be a good one. And then what's on the other side of this one? I kind of, which one do I like? I think I'll go with this one. I really like that, skyline with that color. So we'll do that. Then, what color goes with the lions? That kind of goes. Whether that orange is, yeah, the orange will go. Because there's pops of orange here and a little bit of pop of an orange there. So that's what I'm going to go with. Alright, I did score these, but they're not wanting to go where I want them to go. And who else goes with the orange? Alright, who else? Who else? Oh, I see something back here. It's got a lot of orange in it. Let's see. This is always, you know, the part I think that everybody has trouble with. So I'm hoping my figurations here help them out. Now, there's not that much orange on there, but there is there. So that's the best contender so far. Nothing's on this one. And that would be that dark color. Where did that go? Did I have a dark orange? No. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. So we are definitely going to put this one here. We'll go ahead and bend him before we put him on there. And I'm just using my finger to put him down with. There we go. There. Now I need to get this zebra in here at some point in time because he's that longer, he's a longer piece, or he's taller. So we have, what color? The brown. I think the brown maybe. Yeah. I think that's the color we'll do here. Now I may come back in here off screen and cut these jagged where I cut everything. It's just raggedy. Really raggedy. Okay. That could go with that. Or even with that. What else have I got left? I got a lot of pretty colors on that one. That one's got a really good bit of neutrals. That might go best. This one right here. Okay. Off you go. And then this color seems to be here with the elephants. And what have we got on the back side here? Oh, I think this color, would go good here, because I think these colors go really well with this orange. Then the brown here, I think goes the best with that. She goes pretty good with that. Tell you what, we're going yellow. Changed my mind. It doesn't really have any yellow on this page, but it goes really well with the back side of this one. See how bright it is with the rhino? So we're going to do that. Yeah. And then yeah, I think I'm going to actually face the zebras in. That's the first one I've changed, but see, it's got browns in here, and I really think that'll go well together. There is a little bit of a brown tinge on the outside edge here, so it could be it went there, but we're going to put some really big journal cards in here, and I think those will do great. And be big pockets. See, that's the only one that sticks up a little bit, but if we was to go and make it in a little bit, it's going to be very hard to tell. All right, so this is the way it's going to be. Gonna have that big pocket areas there. We got that. See, that goes really well with that little put of orange there. This goes with that. We got the brown tree. Yeah, so I think they're working out really well. Got a little pop of orangey color there. See the trunks? Poor little elephants. I think that goes well together. That one's the only one that's kind of odd. Now, it may be, it doesn't do too bad with this one, but this one I'm not too sure with. So this may be one I'd change. May change it for another orangey one. And then the brown, and then the zebras went right in half. They were perfect. And then I've got that in the middle. So, yeah, there's a lot of darks on that page. A black would have went well there too. I don't know that it would have went that well for that one, but yeah, that yellow. Okay, I gotta go change the yellow. Okay, so now I have changed that out. Where did I go? I changed the brown one to this page, and I think that works fine. And then I changed this one to black because that went the best with the zebra. So, yeah. I could actually turn it the other way. Let's do it the other way. Then we have the full zebra. Yep. And the black still works good. Yes, like that. We needed it like that. Yes, we needed it like that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take and cut this just a little bit bigger. Not much, just a little bit. I don't want it to have a big edge on it. All right, so we're going to do it there, and we're going to do it just about right there. And I will cut this down. See if my cutter will do it. I don't know. It might be having spasms or something. Let's get this over here out of the way. Get this where you can see it. And there's my cut mark right there. Okay, and I could use some of them for pockets if need be. I don't think I'll need that, but it just in case. All right, and right here. Ooh. There we go. And I've got a little bit of like an edge down there sticking out. I don't know why. So we're going to kind of come along and get that little excess off. Though when you got your front and the back separated like this, it wouldn't have been noticeable. Okay. Maybe I got a little OCD. I don't know. So, here we go. This will be our front. We're going to round the edges. My preference, I like that. Kind of keeps it from snagging and bending. That kind of thing. I could have done a smaller one on there. But oh well. And then if you wanted to, you could get on here and ink. I don't think it really needs that much ink, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right. Now our cover. This is the piece that I picked out for the cover. I clean this table off and it gets nasty right as soon as I get done. I like the journal. See, here's those little strips that I cut off. This was the zebra one. And then here's the giraffe one. And I really like this journal right here. So I think I'll cut that out and down. I don't know if I'll even need anything off the giraffe one. I like the stamp. I really like that. I'm going to leave a little edge of black all the way around. There we go. And I can put that down in here somewhere. The colors all match. I really like that tree because it pulls out more of that kind of greeny teal color. I like that. Histoire Naturelle, but I don't really know if I want that. I am going to cut the tree out because that may be going. Then cut it straight. What a surprise. Oh, I got to get out there and clean the car out a little bit more. Maybe give it a little bit of a bath. I mean, clean out clean on the seats and that kind of thing, kind of a bath. And maybe vacuum it. Who knows? Oh, here's another tree. I got a tree all over the place, but like I said, I like that stamp. Let me find my stamp cut scissors. All right, these are my postal scissors. These are ancient. I don't even know where you can get them, so please don't ask me. But what you do is you just come down through here and cut. Now, I think I got it right. Because the swooping end goes toward the stamp, and the flat edge goes up. So I've actually got like a seal and everything there, which is kind of cool, but I don't think I'm going to be able to save that. I can see a little bit of that line. There we go. But I thought this would be a nice little addition in one of the edges, the corner, something. And there. All right. Let's see what we got now. See how it cuts it? Looks just like a stamp. Now, if you wanted to, you could darken your edges just a tad, so they don't look like they were just cut out. That kind of thing. All right, let's see what we can do here. I think we got enough pieces. I really like that tree though, but I don't know. See, I got a tree in a couple spots, and I think that's kind of cool. Let's see what I can do. Is that straight? I can't tell if I've got it straight or not. It's a little wonky on the bottom. Let's straighten that up. A little wonky on the top. You probably would have said, oh, it would have been easier if you straightened the sides. Yeah, it would have, wouldn't it? All right, I think that's about right. All right, so I wanted to see about something like that, but I don't want it to cover up all my lines. Probably after all this, I'll probably just say forget it. I'll probably just say forget it. All right. So I could have that there. The journal kind of staggered a little bit right there. And then I'll have my other tree there. And then maybe the stamp like right there. What do you think of that? Ow. Let's see. Let me piddle with this for a minute. Alright, I really wanted to use this journal, so I cut it down. And now I think it'll fit, but I'm using a little bit of a black marker to put my dark edge back around it. And I'm just leaning, I'm leaning it in a little bit. And if it's irregular, that's okay. Yeah, I think it's fine. There we go. And so I like the tree. It had a little bit of a pattern at the bottom, but I didn't know whether I wanted the pattern as much as I wanted to get this journal in here. And I thought the two together didn't really match that well. So we're going to do it this way. But I think I do want something else on this background, to tell you the truth. It needs something, doesn't it? Oh, glad y'all shouted at me. Okay. This can go out of the way. We're going to find a stencil and do a stenciling something on the background. Alright, I found this wood grain, which sort of reminds me of the zebra. And we're going to get our scorched timber, because it's a really dark color, and see if this will work, because it's really hard to work with some of these. It's got the holes in them. But if we go and strip it upwards like that, I think we'll be okay. It may move a little bit. See, it's going to move a little bit. I used a glitter paste on this thing at one time, and I didn't get it all off. As you can see, it's glittering green. But we just need a mild background. It doesn't need to be very bold. And mostly around the outside edge, because I've got something, you know, it's going to be covering inside here. And I think I need to, my fingers are sticking, everything is sticking. All right. See what we can do here. And I think this was going to come down about right there. So I think if we moved this down to the bottom and move this up, or yeah, like that. And we'll see what we get after I rub a little bit more here. Sometimes you just have to play with things and see how it works out. Oh, well, I got these 4 stencils at Michael's, I think it was, way back. I wanted these larger stencils so you didn't have to move it all the time, you know. So, I don't even think they have them anymore. See, there's... yeah, that down here just didn't get that much, did it? I'm trying to remember where I left off. I think that's it. Ugh. I'm trying to get a little bit more bold right there at the edge. Now, it... you can't do too many times or it starts to repeat itself. Alright, that'll be good. I do want to probably get an edge on it with this as well. Shouldn't put it away. So let's see what we got. Whoops. Got stuff all over this desk. As you know, I've been trying to get these journals done so I can say bye to them. Bye. I'll be so happy to say bye. I don't even know if I'll be decorating mine for a while. That one may have to hold off until about Halloween time. I can show it to you at Halloween. The other ones I'll have about once a week here for the next couple weeks leading up. I sure hope there's some good stuff on for Halloween. Oh, I really do. I get so tired of nothing. I'm hoping I can find a few goodies on TV to record so I can watch them that night in case nothing happens. Ever since the ghost hunters went off, there's been nothing. Nothing good. Ugh. And the other day, when I did that two-faced journal card, I forgot to tell you, my inspiration for that was the movie Mimic. And I forget what the woman's name was that was in it. But it was a cool idea. Okay, so these cockroaches in the sewers were carrying some kind of a disease, and it was killing all the children. It wasn't killing adults, it was killing the children. And so this woman scientist comes up with this way to kill them. She comes up with this bug, another cockroach. It was like the male or female or something that would carry the next generation's, information along. Well, she loads it down with something that was to kill these cockroaches. Well, you know how a cockroach is. They live through, bombs, nuclear fallout, everything. So I think what happened was these cockroaches formed into these, and it was like, I don't know how many years later, maybe 5 years later or something, but the cockroaches had formed into these human-sized bodies, and they were coming up out of the sewers at night. They didn't, you know how a cockroach is, it runs around in the midnight and dark. So it was going around, and they would come up and they would kill people and take them down. I guess it was for food. And there was this one little boy, and the way they did it is their hands, or whatever you would call them, somebody found a dead one or something, and they took it to this morgue, and then, or like, they found out it wasn't an animal, so they took it to, I don't know if it was a vet's office or what, but that woman scientist went to look at it, and she was messing around with its front paws, or claws, or whatever you call them, and found out that it was actually, it formed a face, or the impression of a face. So if somebody saw it at night, that they would think it was a human, and then its wings wrapped around it to a point that it looked like it was a coat. Now, this is a nice spooky movie. If you're tired of the slasher movies and stuff like it, this is a good one, especially if you've got Netflix or something. Mimic, M-I-M-I-C, because these cockroaches were mimicking humans and luring them in, or they were coming up and getting maybe, the homeless. Or now this one little boy, I think he couldn't talk. I think it's the way it was. He had a grandfather that kept him, and he looked out one night out of his window, and he saw it. Oh, he was autistic. That's what it was. He didn't speak very well, but he did say a few words. And his grandfather did shoes, and he was like one of these old world people. I mean, from over in Europe somewhere. And he would repair shoes and make shoes and that kind of thing. And the little boy, he looked at the feet, and he would know shoes. That was like Rain Man, his autistic ability. He could figure out what kind of shoes they were, what year they were made, or something like that. So anyhow, the little boy, he would say, funny shoes, funny shoes. And that was because these cockroaches had those clawed feet, and they didn't have any shoes, And the little boy had these spoons, and he would clack the spoons together for like to make like a comment or an expression or something when he couldn't with his own mind and mouth. So guess what? These cockroaches, they communicated with a sound that was so similar to that clacking noise. And I don't know, I think they thought the little boy was one of them or something, and took him down into the sewers. Of course, they killed his granddad. Ugh. But anyhow, that's that's a good one for you to watch. I wish I could find it where I could record it and keep it and watch it at times. Don't know if it'll ever even come to light again. They just want to show hocus pocus all the time, you know? It's about the only thing they ever show. Now, I was going to put that over here, but I don't know if I'm going to mess with it now. Right, no, I don't think I am. Don't think I am. Okay. So, while we have this here, are we going to put it together? You want to see how I put it together? Because I don't know. I'll probably do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Let's do that. So I'm definitely going to put something in here. Probably I'll go up and down like this with something like that. And see how it's perfect. And hide that staples. So it'll be a side tuck. But let's see. Let me get all my ingredients together here. Alright, so I need to get in here and make sure everything is the same level. Unless there's some that's shorter than the others. So let me flip through. Okay, this one can go up a little bit to be balanced out there. Okay. And then that one's even with everybody else. So is that. That one looks like it's a little bit bigger. So we'll go up and down just a tad on that. This is the yellow. I centered that one. And then that one's centered. And then this one I can move up a little bit. And then that one is centered. That one, how centered. And then this zebra one is the one that's a little bit bigger than everybody else. Okay. So what we're going to do is then you go down here and you grasp it right where all of those are together. Now, I'm going to be putting all 3 layers, or all of the layers together, even the cover. So I got to move it up very carefully, a little bit more, and just a little bit more, so I can get the same bottom and top. As you can see, we do. Now we're going to take and paper clip it. And like I was telling someone before, I got these big paper clips. I think you can get them on Amazon, but I got them at Hobby Lobby. And they weren't, I don't think they were back in the crafting or scrapbooking area. I got them up front. It's like those 4 ways that they have up front. I found it on like a stationary one. Okay, so now we got to get in here and we got to find a place. I don't know if I'll use this or not, but I always do it on the 0, and then you got to find the middle. So the middle of this one, yeah, that's a 5. Is it? Okay, it's 4 3/4. The 0 is right here, and it's 4 3/4 at this end and 4 3/4 at that end. So I know that the middle of this will be right there. And then I do it at the 3s on each end. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see that very well, but we are going to try. Alright, and then I need my pokey tool. And then I have my 2 little styrofoam pieces. Alright, so I'm hoping that would glow, but I'm looking for it and I can't see it. I'm going to have to use a black marker. Okay, I got back in there with a black marker. And I think I can find it now. I think it's... Look, I did it and I still can't see it. I think it's right there. Okay. I think that's it. That looks like the middle to me. And then I'm going to wiggle it. And then we're going to come back in. It's right below their mouths. Bring it back out. And then figure out where it is down here. I think it's right there. Wow, I should have used white, I guess, because that black still doesn't show up. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm close. I'm not quite on the line, but I'm close. All right, so we're going to find us some thread. Oh, I think I got some right here. I've got white. Let me see if I got another color. All right, I found orange. We're going to use that. So what you want to do is go usually 3 lengths of the actual journal. 1, 2, and 3. Now, I'll probably just, I don't know if I'll put a dangle in. I don't have any dangles for this theme. So I will probably tie a bow. And then I usually get a blunt edged, I think it's like a, it's not a darning needle. Not cross stitch. This is a plastic canvas. That's it. This is a plastic canvas needle. Doesn't have a sharp point, but it does have a point. Unlike me most days. All right. Then I usually will take it and I'll put it around like this, and I tuck it under there. And then, like I said, this is a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. You're going through the middle. And this is scrapbooking with me, Mrs. E's way of doing it. I've always liked that way best. Then you come back through a top or bottom. It doesn't matter. And then going to go in the bottom. And come through. There we go. You're going this way, that way, everywhere. Then you're coming back through the middle again. And you're going to try to have the string on one side. And then your new addition is going to be on the other side of this main string here. There we go. Then we're going to try to adjust. Let's see. I'm going to bring that one. No, that's the one I got now. Bring that one back through a little bit more and adjust this to see if I can get it to be right in the middle. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, is that close? That's as close as I'll probably get it. Then, before you tie, you pull it. Sometimes you can tug it that way or tug it up. And I always go inside and look. Well, I can't right now, but you make sure this is tight on the back here. You can actually take these 2 off if you want. And make sure it's tight inside of there. And it is. So, I'll go ahead and tie it like that. And this. And I usually do it 3 times. 3 times the charm. And there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it or tie it in a bow. Like a shoe. And there. Now if you didn't want a bow, you can always go back in and cut it. Cut those off about 1/4 inch. Not 1/4, half of an inch. I leave a little bit because like yesterday with me tying those signatures in, I messed up one. I had to go back in there. Okay. Now the back here, I want to cover this one up. That's got, and I cut this down already where I've got staples. I don't want to see the word staples. I think that the edge like that would be the best one to stick out. So I'm going to do it like this. And I'm going to try to find my middle and punch me a hole. Now if you want to get in here and do a little bit of inking, because that's got a white core, it's showing really heavily there. Alright, I'm going to take the lid off of my ink. I don't want to get it on the inside there. Trying to figure out which side I like the best. This is a little darker. Let's use this side. Yeah, you just got to kind of figure out, like with pockets, which side you like the best, which will do better. Like somebody could get this journal and they could make it a journal they could write in, but they could also tuck things in it. It'd be wonderful if somebody used this if they were going on a trip to Africa. That would be the perfect use for this. I don't know if it's too big though. That's the only thing. But see, yeah. Now, any kind of little other gewgaws could be put in there. We have a pocket that can go on the front up here. I cut 2 separate pieces. So I've got this type, which really looks like it would go with this. It may have been theirs, because that one's got too much yellow in it. Okay. Do y'all like the way I say yellow instead of yellow? I don't know why I say it like that. I just do. Yellow. Alright. Maybe it's my West Virginia heritage coming out of my lips. Alright. Oh, I like that one. It's got more teal on that side. That one has a word, but that one's got a word in that. And then that side has a lot of... yeah, this will be the back side because I don't need that much teal showing. Alright. And I cut this 6 inches so I'd have 6 and 6 on each side. So as you can see, you don't need... that was enough. Now, for those large journal cards like I use on the front page, on the front cover, you may have to cut that down a little bit or have it go into a side tuck situation because it is large. Now this color would look good here. What else have I got? Oh, kind of looks good there as well. But I need to cut that down because that is just a little too big. Let's cut it down right there on that line. It gave me a line. All right. I think I'm going to do it on the top. I guess both sides are a little different. I'm going to use this side, because I've got more water showing on this right page, and I think I have more of the teal splashes here, like they're coming right out of that water. Yeah. There we go. Now see, these are places for your tags. We have tons of tags here. And you have lots of cut apart animals that I'll probably decorate the rest of the upper pages here with. But like with these, let me grab another skinny one here. Like this one. Has that got enough orange on it? Sort of does. Because we could make a side tuck with that. And it looks pretty good with that page there. Let me mark it so we kind of know where to cut it. I think I'd rather have it like that. Alright, let me cut that. Alright, I got that cut. Now I just got to glue it in. And this will be one that can hold one of the large journal cards because it's a tuck. So we'll see which one we want to cut out and put on here. Oops. I cut it too big. Oops. Let's see. What do I need to cut it? I don't know what I was measuring. Alright, let's cut it off right there. Okay, let's see if that'll do the trick. I don't think I'm quite straight on the top, but That's all right. Cut it off too much that time. Okay. There. All right, let's figure out which one we want to go in there. Because this one doesn't have anything here but I could do a cut apart and put on here. So let's see, the elephants have their head sticking out, so that's the best one. And at least this bunch won't have their heads cut off because of, you know, the way it got folded. So yeah, let's do that. Let me trim this a little straighter. Come down through here, and I'll just leave a tiny edge. And I could get my cutter out and do a better job, but I'm not going to do it. I had my finger twitching last night. I don't know why. I looked it up and they said it could be from stress. It was my left finger, pointer finger, and it kept twitching back and forth. Not constantly, but every half of a beat. I have no clue. I've never had that happen before. Alright, so we have a beautiful back with a, look at that tree. And so they're going to tuck out right here. And even though they're sticking out a little bit, that's fine. Because you've got a colored edge and it adds interest to that as well. Alright, we have a yellow piece here. And oh my goodness, this piece over here looks like it might go with it. Do I have another? Yeah, I got another one I could use for a side tuck. Okay. I think this would be the better way to do it. Let me go over and see where I could cut this. Okay. Alright, I think that one is a little bit bigger than 6 inches, so wherever it goes, I'll have to give it a little bit of a trim. But I'll worry about that when I get there, right? So I think this, yeah, this is just right. I like those colors with this too. So, oops. So with this type, you'll have the tags. Like I've got all those tags. And you have the round ones as well. But sometimes I'll take a round one and I'll actually put it at the top of one of these to give a little bit of interest. And I'll show you what I mean with that. Oh, where's my rounds? There we go. Okay. So I picked out one round and put on the front. Now this one, I think the giraffe may go the best. I think the giraffe. Yeah, let's pick him out. Now I could be careful and cut out circles. I've cut out so many circles, I don't think I need to worry about it. In the past, you know. Because sometimes you need circles for when you do a policy closure or something like that. So you could make the most of one of these kits, one of these pads, by cutting out little circles to be used in decorating or policy closure. Let's see, all I want to do is this. Just do a circle all the way around. I know some people say they can't cut a circle. It is, it's like when it rains at night. I can't stand driving in the rain or at night, and especially both together. So what I do is I'll concentrate on the right white line. And that's what I do here. I concentrate on that line and try to keep my scissor right on it. So that's the only hint that I can give you about that. Okay, now what we're going to do here, now we could just glue it all the way down, but I think I'm going to make it fun and glue it like halfway up or 3/4 of the way up. So I might be able to tuck something above it if I want to. If you don't, there's no hurt here because it's going to be mostly glued down. I don't need my tweezers. But I do tuck it right inside like that. Like he's in there and he's peeking out. So that's how I use these circles sometimes if I don't use it just like a journal card. Now, we can put us another... I'm trying to find one that's got a... Maybe we'll just do it like that. We need another one for a side tuck. So we will go ahead and use this side because I don't see anything over there I'm in love with, you know. So let's just ink that off. I figured I'd give you sort of a longer video since I may not be giving you as many on my trip. So I thought maybe that would be okay to work on this a little longer than I usually do. Maybe you can watch it in pieces and portions or however you would like to. I figured I'd keep going as long as I could. Alright, where is another one of these? Oh, and I got a zebra. Look, at perfect. It worked out so perfect. Now, my zebra, I'm going to cut him with a little bit of that. Oh, I really cut that red down to the nub. But let's see, we'll do that on this side as well. You could keep these little pieces you cut off for additional, you know, decoration. Trim on the edge of a pocket. Anything like that. Or you could just cut this and leave it as thick as it was. I'm just particular. Now, I'm not cutting these on the edges, you know. Well, did that one go down there? No, I guess it didn't. Well, I'll stick these over here in case I want to use them. But yeah, I haven't been cutting the edges off of these. I didn't think I needed to. Now, the only problem is, you can see, their heads are inside. Now, you could choose to do it like this. It doesn't matter. But you can see them. You can see the word zebra. Yeah. Alright, what do we got? We don't have anything back on this end, so let's start putting a few things down. Okay, this one's got some brown in it, but I think I'm going to have to cut it down just a tad. Let's cut this side. Yeah, I like the brown. Yeah, and we'll put us a... Oh, we got Africa right there. We better make this our top. Yeah, I'm not into those gory movies. I just can't handle them. I mean, I did go through and watch Jeepers Creepers. Oop, I like, even though that's got Africa on it, I like this side. It's got the blue speckles because it goes with that. Okay. But yeah, I don't like Jeepers Creepers. That is just too creepy. I don't like the Michael Myers, the Halloween ones. I did watch not Freddie Prinze. Nightmare on Elm Street. I did watch one or so of them. I'm not crazy about them. I don't like those kind because they're too much like real life. Creepy people are out there doing that kind of thing in real life, and I can't take it. I don't watch the news. I know you're probably hollering at me now, but yeah, I don't like to watch the news because I don't like that. What's going on? Too sad. Ooh, this one will go good right here. I just got to cut one of these sides down. Maybe this side. Yeah, so I'm a, what would you call it? A traditional Halloween person. I like seeing about werewolves. There's so many good ones on werewolves. Oh my goodness. Now I know you're, well, some of you are as old as I am, and a little older. Do you remember the, oh gosh, what was it called? It was the movie, you know, David Naughton. He sang Making It on, back in the 80s, I guess. But he was in this werewolf movie that was so good. And him and his friend were walking on the moors over in England or Scotland. And there was a werewolf on the moors. And it bit the friend. Well, it killed the friend that he was hiking with. And then it bit him. And he became a werewolf within, I think it was 30 days or something. But, oh, the songs is what made it. Because they had, like, Blue Moon, and then they had, any kind of song that had anything to do with the moon was in this movie. And that's what made it. But, yeah, he was going out and killing people at night and didn't even realize it. He didn't realize he's turned into a werewolf. He was sick for a while, and so he was in the hospital, and this nurse lady that he fell in love with, and he started living with her. While she was off working and saving people, he was putting them in there. Well, he was actually killing them. But anyhow, yeah. But yeah, the songs really made up that movie, and it was so cool. Oh, gosh, what was it called? I can't even remember. But then you got the one with, oh, what is his name? I'm having trouble remembering any of my names lately, that's for sure. But it was one of these new werewolf movies, and it had like a Spanish kind of guy in it. And I don't know if I can remember who else was in it, but it was pretty good. It's kind of sad, but it was mostly a Spanish oriented one, because I think they were in Spain when all of this was taking place. Out in a castle in the boondocks, of course. Ugh. Alright. What do we need in here? Let's see what we can put in here. I don't have hardly anything left. All my strips are gone. I have this giraffe. Let's see what we can cut off right here, because I got a little bit of orange, and that might help this one stay right here. And that's got the giraffe on that side. Let's do a little bit of, I don't even know what could go in here unless it would be a circle. That might be what we put in here. Oh, what else have I watched? Well, of course, the one with Hugh Jackman, where it's the one with the vampires and the two vampire hunters, brother and sister, and they actually die at the very end. Both of them get killed, and nobody carries on the family trade. But it was a good one. Yeah, the vampires were trying to have babies. he had 3 wives. Dracula had 3 wives, and they're all wanting to have babies. And I think they had to take and what was it? They were needing a certain person's blood or something. Now here's the elephant here, but I think I'd rather have maybe a tree. So that was an interesting concept. And then the brother got turned into a werewolf, so he was going out and killing everybody. And yeah. Now, of course, I read the book For Salem's Lot. That's by Stephen King. Now, we can't get through any kind of a Halloween without something from Stephen King. And boy, Salem's Lot was a good one. I know it was a mini-series on TV. And when I read the book, you know, you always get more out of a book. And, I remember that part where that little boy is on the second story, and his little friend that has gotten bitten and has turned into a vampire is floating up there. And of course, a vampire needs to be invited in. So his little friend's up there scratching on the window with these humongous little fingernails, you know. Like on the blackboard at school. Screech! But he is wanting in. So anyhow, that was just as creepy as it was in the book. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Oh, nasty stuff. All right. Now I have a few little pieces left. Like this little piece. And what else we got? We got nothing. Look, see, you got a headless rhino. But I have this little piece that could be a side tuck. So what I do is I usually round one corner. This is the way I'll do side tucks. Of course, it needs some ink. Cover up those white patches. And then I'll just glue that down. That's how I'll do it. And then anything or everything could get tucked into it. Ooh. Oh, what was it? The one with with Cher and Michelle Pfeiffer, and there was another woman that was in it. Oh, Sarah Sarandon, Susan Sarandon. That's her name. Boy, I'm getting good on the women. I just can't remember the men. but anyhow, they had, oh God, I can't. Jack Nicholas, is that his name? Jack Nicholas. He was the devil. And he had came to town. So, let me do the zebras here. So, yeah, he had came to town, bought the mansion. He impregnated all 3 women. And I guess he was wanting to have babies all over the county. Who knows? But, I think they got him back in the end somehow. They got rid of him. And then they took over the mansion. That one's a pretty good one. And then what's the ones with Keanu Reeves? Oh. It's that one where he is a demon hunter. And he can see them because I think did he try to commit suicide? I think that's what it was. I think he tried to commit suicide. So he was like on the devil's hit list, you know. He was going to be there eventually. Well, that works. So, yeah, it was where he needed to, let's see what I got over here. Got a few things here where I cut out before. Let's see what we can do with them. But there was this, maybe it was the woman that committed suicide. How did that work? The one that was in The Mummy, now I can't think of her name, but she was in The Mummy. And she had, I'm gonna leave that, or should I leave that out? Let's go ahead and do the giraffe skin out. He was, she had a twin. The twin was trying to figure out something about the sister. And the devil came and he said that he was going to be taking Keanu back with him at some point in time. And the way Keanu Reeves smoked, it could have been at any time because he was smoking like a freight train in this movie. So he, at the end, there was something about he was giving up his life for the girl or something, the twin sister that was the cop. But that was an act of sacrifice. And that was the one thing that was going to pull him up to heaven. Because the rays started coming down as he was dying. And that devil, he said, oh, no, no, no. So the devil pulls out the 2 infected lungs that he had in him. And decides to have him live. So he kept him alive. I think I'll do that. And so, yeah. So he had some borrowed time. Oh, goodness. But, boy, they had some realistic-looking creepy demons in that. I mean, the demons were coming up out of you know where, and they were grabbing people or taking, and you couldn't see them. I mean, unless you were somebody that had, you know, died and had a window into that side of death. All right, I think I'll put that right up here. Now, what did I have left? I have one little piece left, and then I have a couple trims. Now, that's a side tuck for something. And maybe we'll have a little side tuck down in here. Because I don't know what else to do with that. Oh, no, I dropped it. Okay, I got it. I put my ink on the edge. Okay, so we're going to just put this little guy right down here. And he can hold something eventually. And like I said, I'm going to have to come back through here. And I'm going to cut through all the fussy cuts and things like that. And I will get to a point where I can actually show it to you. Now this, I'm going to cut right there. And see if I can make that on this edge. Did I make, oh, it was a little too long. Okay, a little too long. So I'm going to stop it right here. I got all my pockets in. Now all I got to do is cut out all my phrases and pick where to put things. So I will have a later showing of what this ended up looking like. Okay, right there. Kind of gives my edge something, so got more to it. That brown is a little too dark, so I want to try to cut that a little bit. All right, so we have, let me get get that out of the way, get this out of the way. I got all kinds of stuff everywhere. I never did do anything to the, oh, I did do something to the back page. I have that one. Oh, and that one will go perfect back here. I need to cut this down just a little bit. I got to get off here and see if I need to dye black any of my laces, because remember, I got to do all my edges now that I've got the major 2 done. I actually got the 3rd one sewn into the signature. I just have to glue it into the cover. So I could be decorating it too. Oh, I need to cut that one down just a little bit more to get rid of that one little cut that I've got down here. Oh. There, that got it. Okay. Now, get those guys out of the way. Now, yes, this is perfect because see, there's the giraffe. It can go here. It's got the word the wilderness. There we go. All right. Now, ready to do a little flip through, although it's got more that needs to be going in it. You can see my little wood grain that's on here. I may be doing that to the back side as well. I just didn't want to bore you. We have the tree up here with the beautiful water. The lions are drinking as well. We have the journal down here. Then you flip it and you, of course, I've got all these fussy cuts that can go in here. I've got sayings that can go in here. So I've got all kinds of little goodies over there I can still work with. So I guess we're going to begin and end with the giraffe. And then we have this. Now this could be where you journal. These lighter pages. The only one you can't really journal on is that black and the dark one. Well, you can still write on that dark one. What am I talking about? Okay. So this could be a journaling spot. And of course, anything that you put in here could be journaled on. You could even write in places like that if you wanted to. I love these trees. It's just such a bright, pretty thing. And what's the name of it again? Havana? Savannah. Okay, Savannah. And see, that's got that little bit that hangs out because you got your elephants in here. And then we have beautiful trees. It's just so pretty. The rhino and the elephant. See, the T's gone. But I could probably put the elephant from here over there and put him on this page, and you'd kind of see exactly what he's supposed to look like. So I'll probably end up doing that. I'll put the giraffe here. You still got your pocket. Here's the elephant and her baby. And yeah, that one, I didn't really have too many browns in it, but it was enough. So there's that. And then you got the black. I figured the black outline would help carry this. And then you got the pretty zebra over here. And then I could put a saying on the pockets. I'm going to be doing that, of course. I'm probably going to debate, and I'll just probably end up cutting this. I don't think I really need that bow in here. Who's going to... Actually, I don't have anything to hang on it. I have a compass. I don't think I have anything that's going to go on it, so I'll just cut it. And I'll save these for something else. Put them in my little drawer. Alright. And that's our middle. It's got all kinds of pretty things on here. Got travels, nature. You got a Rwanda stamp. How cool. And here's another zebra. And like I could say, I could put the rhinos. And they're a different rhino. Oh, actually, there's two. So I've got this rhino and that rhino. So I may just end up putting them on this page together. Because, you know, you can't really write on this page unless you use white ink. And he's got a rhino stamp too. How cool. There's more of the trees. And there's the giraffes on this side. That could have writing or whatever. And then it's almost like a banner. There's some cute little cheetah. And then here's our little page we made up. And then there's our lions. And I'm okay with that little chip out of it. This kind of adds a little bit of character to it. And here's the evening sky. And this page. And then our giraffe. Okay. I think those turned out pretty good. You can use file folders for all kinds of things. And see, it's sort of an orange string, so it adds to it. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this. I did give you a little bit of a longer video because it may be like 3 or 4 days in between. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed this. And I will be back and give you like a little flip through someday. Just like a little added bonus kind of a flip through. Because there's not going to be too much to it. So, everybody, thank you for coming to visit. I hope you enjoyed this and got some ideas on how you can make your own journal. Now, the Savannah pack was probably, it was between $12 to $18, I would say. I always get stuff on sale when I can find it. So go out and look at Amazon or something that has the best prices and see if you can get one and make your own little journal. Doesn't take much. You saw what I did. You saw what I did. Doesn't take anything. And you got all kinds of decorating space in there as well. All right, all my subscribers and viewers, thank you for coming, for supporting me, for being at my back all the time and being so nice. Such support and great comments and questions and things that you give me. Nobody's ever been mean. I'm so surprised to hear all these other stories from other people about having mean comments and trolls and all that kind of thing. But everybody has always been so nice to me. So I so appreciate it. All right. Well, thank you. Everybody have a great, great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.